Hey there guys, Ephraim's Vanguard here and welcome to this one-off, I guess, of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. As you can see from the video title, I will be playing through Richter mode today. What is Richter mode, you may ask? Well, if you go to File Select and go to a new save slot over here, and you see right up there, if you enter Richter, you can play as Richter Belmont. Just like that. This is my personal file though, we're not bothering with that one. We're going to be starting up a new one. And I should explain a little bit about what I'm doing for this one-off video. Basically, you have to type in Richter exactly like that, and it should start up with you playing as Richter instead of Alucard. Yep. Of course, if you know anything about this game normally, you would know that you don't play as Alucard. You don't play as Richter for the vast majority of the game, only as Alucard. But if you enter that special little code, you can in fact play as Richter, and that's the case in all versions of the game. I should pause right here. I should say I am playing on the PS3 version, or rather the PSN version that's available to download through PS3. And the PS3 is how I'm playing it. There are other versions available, like the original PS1, which this is directly based off of. It's literally just the same files, just dumped online, and then put up for people to buy if they so desire, which is how I was able to play it, and am, because I don't have any other means. But and then there's also the Saturn version, the PSP version, and those are each a little different. They all include Richter though, which is all I'm really going to be talking about today, because you know that's the relevant part. But as of the day this video should be going up, hopefully, there will be another way that you can play this game, being as part of Castlevania Requiem on the PS4. Like I said, this is not that version of the game. First of all, because that game is based on more off that version is based more off of the PSP version, which is more of a, not from the ground up. I'm already going to die. Yeah, I died because I wasn't paying attention. That sucks. Well, I'll get into the rules in a second. I'm trying to explain stuff. But yeah, Castlevania Requiem is coming out on PS4, only PS4. No other places, I say, as I'm already game over. This is just a great start. And if you want to play it, you can. You can play either. If you buy that, you can either play Symphony of the Night or its predecessor game, Rondo of Blood, which I have not played, though I have heard very good things about. Unfortunately, because we didn't get to a save point, we have to start a whole file all over. So it's, you know, it's sort of like it didn't happen. Now, I do have to say something about, because I am recording off of the PSN version. For some reason, my capture card doesn't seem to want to agree with it, because Symphony of the Night runs at 60 frames per second, and I'm like, it's running through 60 frames per second on my monitor, but the capture card does not want to record it at 60 frames per second. It just wants to cut it at 30, which kind of sucks because this game is sort of beautiful in its own way. But I couldn't find a way to get it to work with this. It may just be the PSN version that doesn't agree with it, and it's definitely not the PS3 or some settings that keep it from doing that, because I did a test recording with the disc that's currently in the system, which is Persona 5, and it said I could record 60 FPS on that if I wanted to, but not Symphony of the Night, which I don't quite get. But that's neither here nor there. Well, it is here actually, because it means you can't watch the buttery smooth animation of this game quite as well, which sucks. But anyway, Richter mode. It's if you played the regular Symphony of the Night with playing as Alucard, it's sort of like that. Well, actually, it's pretty different, because as you can see, Richter has a much smaller pool of health, but he does a lot of damage. A lot. And he's very nimble and mobile. Except for when he runs into a zombie. That, I'm going to die again, aren't I? Let's get out of the death room. There we go. And this is another death room. But anyway, if I die, I'll just keep talking. But yeah, that's what Richter mode is. You just play through the game as Richter instead of Alucard. You can't use the items. You don't have any inventory. It's just the whip and whatever sub-weapons Richter gets. And there isn't really a way to refill his health outside of save rooms. which we'll be going over that in hopefully just a moment. No zombies, please. Should I worry about hearts? Hearts aren't any good to me if I'm dead, so I'll continue along. Alright. Ooh! Oh, that's where chicken is in the main game. I remember that. This is where death would come and steal your stuff, but I'm Richter. He can't steal anything from me. The reason I want to do Richter mode specifically is, first of all, because you started the game much quicker than you do as Alucard. You just very much get going as Richter. Second, it's less seen that way. It's more original for you, probably, because not too many people pay attention to Richter mode. And another reason, aside from Requiem coming out, and in case you didn't know, Rondo of Blood is the game that Richter originally appeared in. It's where a lot of his moves here are based off of. Not all of them, as I found out, just some of them, but he does take a fair bit from his Rondo of Blood appearance in this playable incarnation. Here's the save room. If you come to a save room, it restores our health. As far as I know, that and beating bosses are the only way to restore our health in this. Once you come to a save room, it automatically saves your data just that one time. After this, we can restore our health, but it will ask us to save. What I am going to be doing for this one-off video is I'm going to be playing until I die next. I'm not counting that first one because it was a little weird. I will not be saving at any save room, but I will be restoring my health, and if I die at any point, then that's just where the video ends, so I gotta be a little bit cautious. But I was talking about Castlevania Requiem earlier. That's not the main reason I wanted to do this, because I actually had this video idea a while back for a Halloween special, because you know, Castlevania is pretty spooky. Plus, I think I first played it around October too, because I remember like that brisk fall feel in the air. And it's sort of like that tonight, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do it tonight. The second one is that I'm trying to procrastinate on work, and yeah, it's not that good for me, but hey, whatever. I can be a hero in video games. What's the point of trying to do stuff in real life? Richter can also collect money, even though I think he literally has no use for it. Don't run into spikes, Richter. You're supposed to... Don't do it again. You're supposed to... I'm going to just impale Richter on it. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. It didn't even give me anything. But Richter does have all sorts of fancy moves. I know he can uppercut, which is a... Oh, yeah. That's the other reason why I wanted to do this. The main reason, actually. Because Richter, a couple months ago in August, I believe, he, along with Simon Belmont, were confirmed for Super Smash Bros. Simon Belmont, of course, I've shown him off on this channel through Super Castlevania 4. That's where most of his appearance is based off of that in Castlevania 1. I'm excited about Simon, but I'm also excited for Richter because I think he's a pretty cool dude, all things considered. And I'm sorry, I realized I forgot to turn the air conditioning off. With how cold it was, I wasn't even expecting it to come on tonight at all. But, yeah, Richter and Simon, they're in Smash. They're cool. I'm excited for both of them. I don't know which one I'm more excited for, because while, like, I'm excited for Richter in a way just because it was pretty out there, because, like, his game had a bad port, or a rougher port on the SNES, Rondo of Blood did, and aside from that, I think that was basically his only appearance on Nintendo. He's much more associated with Sony because of this game, incidentally. And so it was cool for him to see. Of course, Richter was the first Belmont I knew about, or not knew about, but that I had seen in a game, because Symphony of the Night was my first Castlevania game. Also, we get a knife. We get sub-weapons. Unlike Alucard, who just presses triangle to do it, if Richter does it, he does a item crash, is that what it's called? Yeah, and he uses up some arts and does a crazy attack. I will not be using those on enemies. I will only be using regular sub-weapon attacks, no item crashes. That's the other restriction for myself. Video ends when I die, and no item crashes. I might show them off just... I didn't mean to press that, because you can't cancel out of them. I might show them when there's no enemies around just for the aesthetic, if I can, because they are pretty cool looking, all things considered. But... Simon and Richter in Smash. I am excited about that. I am excited about Smash Bros. And like I said, in a way I'm excited for... You could say I'm excited for Richter more because he's a character I'm more familiar with. I think he has more characterization than Simon, which is cooler than... Also because he's voiced by David Vincent in the game, and that's cool. I know some people don't like the PSP incarnation of the voice acting, but David Vincent I'm cool at least, because I've met him in person, and he is a really cool dude. I like him a lot. And, but you could also say I'm excited for Simon as well, because, this right here, what I'm doing, is basically my, extent with Richter, as a playable character, because he's playable in the very opening of Symphony of the Night for literally one battle, and, he's also playable here in, Richter mode, which, in my main file that I was talking about earlier, it's not very farther than what we have right now, than where we are right now, so there's that. I hate these guys. Can I kill them? That is not the button I meant to press. Throw it at the wall, Simon. We'll just go through it. But I'm glad both of them are in there. I'm excited for Smash Bros. As a whole. It looks really fun. I'm definitely going to be picking it up and playing it day one. Also, one of the benefits, at least for me, of playing this on PS3 is because I can... the controller is wireless, and I don't need to worry about the cords getting all tangled up anywhere. Yeah, take that. As you can see, you can see a little bit of it before. There's another thing Simon can do. Not Simon, Richter, and that's dash. He can... Oh, hey. He can push that, too. But he can dash. And do that thing. Do that slide and that kick. And he can also do a little backflip, which I've never found much of a purpose for. I know I've seen a little clips of Rondo of Blood, and some players from there know what to do with it, but I don't find much use for it here. And he can also do an uppercut, which I haven't figured out how to do. That's a move for him and Simon in Smash. And he can also do this thing where he, like, flails, where, like, he jumps in there and then he rushes forward and flails the whip around in a small circle around him. That move is also in Smash, but I don't know how to execute either of those. And he might have more than that, but other than that, I don't know. But as you can probably tell by now, what Richter has over Simon in the way of legs, he's mainly lost in his arms, unfortunately. He has lost a lot of arm mobility. All he can do is that overhand pitch style whip swing. His wrists are still nice and nimble, but that's about all. And here, Richter mode, where it compares to regular Symphony of the Night, where it splits off, is that you can go a number of ways. Richter isn't barricaded by any doors or anything. He can just sort of go wherever. Whereas in the regular Symphony of the Night, you're forced up here, or it might be over there right to the left, but yeah, this is a save room down here, I know. Yeah. So the room right above us. No, I don't want to save. The room right above us, over here. We can't show it off. Yeah, we have to climb onto the other side. But that room over to the left over there, that's usually barricaded off for you for a while when you're playing as Alucard, because you have to go to the right and get a special, like all the way to the right and get a special item, but Richter doesn't have that problem. He can just sort of go anywhere in the castle. Let me show off that item crash. It's pretty good. Richter still has a map with him, though, so that's good. I'm not going to be going over to the left, because over to the right, I know who's over here. And it's two very good friends of ours. Slagra and Gaibon. Oh, he actually hit me. I wasn't expecting that. But will Simon fare better than Richter? That was a lot of blood. Oh. Oh! Gaibon dead. Slagra also dead. Yeah, Richter. Richter. He knows how to get it done. So yeah, that does restore health. That took Simon how many lives? Richter did it without even losing half of his health. Richter can also whip people in half. Is he a little too OP for Smash? Maybe. We'll have to see when the game comes out. But I'm excited for that game. It's going to be good. Also, I'm also personally excited for it because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm getting it on release, and I actually have someone to play it with now. Usually, playing Smash with someone else is a rare occurrence, and you know, it is supposed to be a multiplayer game, but I already have someone who agreed to play it with me on release, which I'm also glad about because I thought I wasn't going to be able to get that chance because it happened December 7th happens to be right in the middle of final exams, but she doesn't have any final exams, or that I know of right now, so that's good. Any final exams that would get in the way, I mean. I still have some afterwards, but that's my problem for then. The fact is I don't have any exams on December 7th, or the day before, which means, well, it doesn't matter on the day before, it just means the wait's going to be longer, but, I don't have any on December 7th, and then the weekends after that, so it's all good. I have my hours of Smash. Holy water. Ooh, yeah. This is the main reason why banned item crashes from this run. Hydro Storm is incredibly overpowered. I remember to actually used it, the first, on my original file against, Slugger and Gaibon, and, it instantly killed them. I couldn't even use the whip on them. There's also a special little move that Simon can do. I keep on saying Simon. I'm used to it from Castlevania 4. Sorry. That Richter can do if he doesn't have any sub-weapons with him, but I wasn't able to show that off in time. It's not that good anyways. It's very dinky. Pretty worthless, all things considered, but whatever. If we come over here, there's another save room. At the very least, I know the main area, the more upper portion of the castle, a lot better from memory from Symphony of the Night, just because this is where I spent most of my time exploring when I was sort of stuck on the game for a long while, but I figured out what to do. But as a result, I know the area quite well. And, yeah, that hit you right in the skull. I'm proud of that. That was a good aim. Unfortunately, I have a bad habit in all Castlevania games. You can probably tell it in Super Castlevania 4, but it's especially apparent here. I have to break all candles and candelabras and whatever. These are more lanterns right now, not candles, but whatever. I have to destroy them all, even if it's completely useless, because Richter's hearts max out at 99. Also, there's a doll. Get away. Oh, what? That was a fast jump, Richter. Alright. Get rid of them. And... no. So, the holy water isn't doing me much good right now. It's only getting in one hit, but not killing them. My whip is much better. It's doing the job. Well, that's all that's in here. Usually there's an item up there for Alucard, but not the case for Richter. No, that wasn't anything. There's that little backflip. Sort of difficult to pull off, and again, I don't find much use for it. I guess you could say it's the equivalent of Alucard's backdash, but it seems very time-consuming to do. It seems to be more effective. Instead of double tapping the jump button real quickly, you could just go and move to the left, especially if you double tap the move button, in which case he runs. Or you could just turn around and do that, like I like to do. I like doing that because it's good to feel so mobile after playing Castlevania 1. Oh, this dude. That is not a lot of damage. That is. Need to be careful, or else Richter will die and our run will be over. Now maybe I shouldn't go this way because I remember there's another one of those dudes in here, and he can wreck you pretty good. Oh, also stellar rings. I had enough trouble with you as Alucard. I'm not worrying about you now, but I have range now. I guess getting back to Smash real quick. Simon and Richter are both definitely characters I want to play as. Which one of them I'll actually prefer, I don't know. I sort of like Richter's design more, I'll be honest. Just because blue strikes me as it's a more appealing color to my eyes than orange. Brownish, orange, yellowish, whatever you would describe Simon's outfit as. Oh no, I want holy water. Even if I'm certainly not taking the knife. So right now, tentatively, I'd be playing as Richter over them. But of course, I do have that personal attachment to Simon, because I played 2 of his games. Oh! Oh my gosh! I was not expecting it to be that powerful. Unfortunately, I'm a man of my word. So, that'll be all for Richter mode today. So what you can do with the rest of your time is go watch Castlevania Netflix Series 2, which is why I was originally going to release the video on this day, because that's when the release date for that season was announced. And I thought it would be cool to coincide the video, first of all, as a celebration for Season 2 being released. Netflix, I mean. Castlevania Season 2 on Netflix. You can go watch that. It's 8 episodes, which is good. Also, Alucard's in there. It's cool. I'm assuming it's cool, because Season 1 was pretty good. And Season 2, it seems like it has a lot more promise to it, I'll be honest. Of course, I haven't seen it, so I can't guarantee, because it is, not December. I wish it was December. It's October 20th, not the 26th. But, you know, that was originally why I decided to make this video. First of all, as a slight Halloween special, because it's Castlevania, you know. And, I'm not going to be loading up the save file. I'm just still going to be scrolling around, because I want to have something to talk, or have something for you to see. But, yeah, you can go watch that. And, that's something Castlevania for you to do. Or you could buy Requiem, which was announced in between that idea was originally announced in between that game. I cannot speak right now. It was announced between me originally having the idea to post this on the 26th, and between now and actually recording. And it was announced as the same day as it was announced to be releasing the same day as Season 2 of Castlevania, because Konami just wants that day to be Castlevania Day, I guess. I actually think I have it marked in my calendar as that. But I'm also excited for that day because, well, kind of sort of excited to be off that day. Well, I just spoiled it. It's because I'm off that day. I don't have class that day, because the next day is the Georgia-Florida game, and everyone drives down to Jacksonville for that game. And so many, both students and professors do it, that they decided they just let us skip the day anyways, make it official. So I get off that day, but unfortunately, I can't exactly be placing all my bets on having that be Castlevania Day, because I've got research papers left to do that day, because it requires free time, and the only other option I would have to collect that data is to skip work, and I don't want to do that, because that's a literal waste of money. Also, it makes me a bad employee, because I already had to do it for midterms, but now I'm just rambling. Anyway, so if you can't get your fill of this game specifically, go buy Castlevania Requiem on PS4 if you so want. You can play Rondo of Blood, which is what many consider to be the best of the old platformy style, arcadey platformy style Castlevanias. And it also has Symphony of the Night, a game which I can vouch for is very good. It's the PSP version. I can't quite vouch for that version, and it's a little divisive in some regards, but certainly worth an effort. The gameplay itself is mainly the same. It's the voice acting that's changed with it, and some of the voice acting and translation. That's what changed with the PSP version mostly. The gameplay is by and large the same. So, ooh, Bible. No, give me the Bible back. So, yeah, you can do that. But if you're not a gaming type, you can just watch the Castlevania series on Netflix. That is also what you can do that day. And remember to support the dogs on the following Saturday, which would be the 27th, because they need it. They need it. Please root for them. Anyway, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully this will not be the last time you see Richter this year. Let's just leave it at that.